Hey, hello and welcome once again to my YouTube channel, this is Reflex Image. And in today's video, I'll be walking you through the process on how I color graded this picture from A to Z. So it's going to be an in-depth video, you don't want to miss any step of it. I'll be grading this picture without making use of any LUTs or any presets. So we'll be doing everything from scratch. So you'll be able to do that yourself in no time. So I'm using Photoshop 2020. So the picture was taken with Canon EOS R, a 50mm prime lens. My aperture at f1.8 and my shutter speed at 1/2000. So the external light I use to achieve this result is my A800 Pro. A800 Pro. So that's the light I use to achieve this said result. So the first thing we need to do, the first thing I usually do, because now the picture is actually overexposed right now. The first thing I will do is do what? I love to bring down the white before I even touch the exposure. So I'll go to the white, I'll drag down the white, I'll drag down the highlights. Can you see there's a little bit difference there? Right? Next I'll do right now is I'm going to increase the contrast. So there's no fixed amount for any settings when it comes to editing pictures. So right now my highlight is -87, my white is at -78. So the next thing I'll do is to go to my exposure and I'm going to do it. I'm going to drag it down till I see fit. So right now we have our picture now a little bit underexposed, especially our subject, and the background is a little bit too lighter. So the next thing I'll do right now, I'll scroll down. I'll scroll down to where my color grading, my color mixer is. Here's my color mixer over here. So once I open it up, I'll go to the skin color, which is what? Which is the orange. So I'll go to the light saturation of it. I'm going to drag it up. And I'll go to luminance. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. So what the luminance does is it adds brightness to a specific color. What saturation does it actually modifies the specific color. It adds colors to it. So now, next thing I'll do right now is my background is not blurred enough to the way I want it to. I don't like the way it's blurred right now. So now let's blur the background a little bit more. So I'm going to close my color mixer and I'm going to scroll down to where my lens blur is right now, right? I will do what? I'm going to click on apply. What I just need to do right now is just to sit back and wait for it to do the magic for me. Boom, look at what it did for us right now. Going to blur the background for you in a professional way possible. So someone that knows the way you're doing it might think you actually use an high-end lens to shoot it. So now, even though the blur is not enough for me, I'll just come to the blur amount here. I'll take it to 100% and it's going to blur it for me. As you can see right now, I need to blur my background is right now. Anybody that saw the picture right now, that saw the post-processing like the one I actually posted, might think I use a high-grade lens like my 70-200 lens for f2.8. Meanwhile, I use a 50mm f1.8 lens. So that being said right now, I'm still facing a little bit of issue right now. My background is a little bit still bright, while my subject skin is not that popping. So now we'll be using what we call a maxing tool in Camera Raw. So I haven't done much video relating to this, but I'll be showing you the basics right now. So if I'm to come to these settings over here, here is where my own maxing tool is. So if you're using a different version of Photoshop, you might have a different one. So but for me right now, this is the one I actually use. So the first thing I want to work on is I want to work on the background. I want to bring the exposure of the background down without it affecting my subject. So I'll just do what? I'll click on the background. I just have to wait for it to load up. So now it selected the background for me. That's where the yellow place is. This yellow you're seeing right now, that's the background for me. So what I just do right now is I'll come to the exposure. I'll drag down the exposure a little bit, right? I'm still going to increase the contrast. Then I'm going to scroll down to where my color mixer is right now. So I'm going to scroll down there. Right now, what I want to use in this particular place is what I call pointer color, right? So my pointer color is already selected. I'll just select the width. Here's the brush. I'm going to select it. Then I'm going to pick my cyan or my blue, as you can see right now. So I've clicked on it right now. All I just need to do is scroll down to the saturation. Now I'll do what? I'm going to increase the saturation. So I save it. Can you see what it's giving to me? Can you see it right now? So the luminance I'm going to bring, I can bring down the luminance and I can increase the luminance. If I'm to increase the luminance, it's going to be bright, it's going to brighten that particular color. If I'm to decrease the luminance, it's going to bring it down. But it's actually giving us an obvious flaw over here. So it's showing that yes, we did something very, very obvious there. So that's why we're not going to do what? We're not going to touch the luminance at all. So we're just going to do what? Touch on the saturation. Since we actually reduce the exposure, we are good to go. So now our picture is already looking very pink right now. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to pick this green leaf color also again. I'll pick my pointer color and I'm going to pick on it. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to increase the saturation too also, as you can see right now. So now look at the before of our picture, look at the after of our picture. We did all this in camera raw without using any AI features. So if you're not using it for your 2025, I don't think you have any issue. You'll be able to achieve all this very, very simple and straightforward. So now I'll go back to the top. There's something I still also want to do again. I want to pop out my skin tone a little bit. So I will do what? I'm going to create a new mask over here. So once I create the mask, I'll make sure I'm selecting my subjects. So I wait for my subject to be selected. So the reason why we are doing the separate selection is so that one particular setting we do is not going to affect the entire picture. So I want to work on the background the first time. That's the major reason why I selected the background. Right now, I want to work on the skin. That's the reason why I did what I selected the skin. So what I just need to do right now is to scroll down to where my vibrance is. I'm going to scroll down to where my vibrance is. So I'm going to scroll down to where my vibrance and saturation is. I'm going to do what? Increase the saturation a little bit, just to pop the skin out a little bit. As you can see right now. So here's the before of our picture. Here's the after of our picture. We're able to color grade our picture in less than 5 minutes using camera raw filter. And anybody can do this with whatever version of camera you want. So there's this one thing I usually do also again. Now I want to change the white balance of just the background alone. In other words, I'm going to scroll to where I have my what? Where I have my background. So here's my background over here. I've selected my background. Then I'll just go to my temperature right now. So I'm going to bring it from the center and drag it down to the where the blue area is. Can you see what it did for us? It calmed the background color for us while retaining the color of the skin. This is very, very nice to use. So you can just do it. Go and try it out at your own personal time. Color grade the camera raw without even taking a picture to Photoshop yet. As you can see, I'm still in camera raw since I don't think I need to do anything in Photoshop. What I just need to do right now is to open my picture in Photoshop and do some retouching. Get them to them. So now I'm done with my picture editing here. The next thing I just need to do right now is to export it to software where I'll be doing what? Where I'll be doing the retouching, which is called Evoto AI. So welcome back to Evoto. So here is where I do what? Here is where I do all my retouching. The major reason why I use this my retouching is number one, it gives me consistency. Number two, it saves me a lot of time. So all the picture I just edited right now, if I want to color grade, if I want to retouch everything in a simple click, I can do all that without actually doing what? Taking my time doing it one by one. And the consistency will still be there. So for me to retouch this picture right now, it's very, very easy. All I just need to do is to turn all the sliders over here. Firstly, I'll click on my freckle and axe. Next thing I'll do is I'm not going to touch on reduce shine. I'll go to that circle. I'm going to go to airbag. But I don't think there's any of those features in this particular picture, but I still like to turn them on. Next thing I'll do is to remove my body blemishes, my neck wrinkles. So next thing I'll do right now, I just have to go straight to my skin retouching. There's a full video on how I use all this. So you can just do it. Click on the link down my video description or just go to my playlist. You're going to see a playlist relating to Evoto there. There's a full video course on how I use Evoto and why you need to start using Evoto in year 2026. So the next thing I'll do right now is to click my frequency separation, make sure it's 100%. My low frequency, I'm going to turn it down. And do what? My texture smoothing, I'm going to turn it up. So I'm going to come down to what? Body, this is the body skin. The first one we did is the facial skin. Come to the body skin, frequency separation 100%. I'm not going to touch the total and bone on the body. The low frequency, I'm going to increase it also. And now I'm going to come to satin for skin texture. Then the skin texture, I'm going to increase it up a little bit. Then I'm done with my retouching. What I just need to do right now is to copy the settings on this picture and paste it on the rest of my picture. Can you see if I have like 100 pictures, especially an event picture, I can do the same step on everything. Just edit one and paste the settings on all, and I'm good to go. So it's going to save me countless hours of dual editing. So if you want to get discounts whenever I want to buy any package for them, use the link there in my video description. It's going to help you gain whatever package, whatever discounts you want, up to 15% discounts. So just do what? Click on the link below and make purchase today.